Hey guys, Kenny here, the Hobby Cop, and thanks for stopping by my channel. Before we get going, like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Okay, now let's get into this video. So, as you can see from my title, if you didn't read the title, I'll help you with this change of wardrobe. But today's video is going to be a little different. So today's video will be my first video on Pokemon. Yes, I am branching out a little bit. I'm looking to buy my first Pokemon, and this is not my hat, by the way. It's my little 6-year-old's hat. I'm looking to buy my first Pokemon card, and I need your help. Okay, so how can I pick my first Pokemon card? So I'll just tell you a little history about me and Pokemon. There's not a lot of it, but I'll just let you know my background. That might be able to help you pick which card I would like. So I've always known about Pokemon, was never a big fan of it until my little guy Tate, you've seen him in some other videos, he started getting into it. So he started watching shows on Netflix, he started watching stuff on YouTube, he started playing the Wii Pokemon game. So I used to play with him in the Wii Pokemon game, like the one where you can battle each other. So that would be my extent. I watched the different Pokemon movies with him as well, but never really collected Pokemon cards. I do have, I think, 1 or 2 Pokemon cards that were Tate's and stuff like that I just grabbed out of his pack, or out of his, I guess, play things, just to protect them because they were nice cards. So technically they're his cards. But I want to buy my first Pokemon card. So I've started looking around the internet or eBay, and there's so many cards out there to buy. But the one that first caught my eye, I'll throw it up here behind me, is the Ancient Mew card. So I guess just to backtrack, I'm looking for a first Pokemon card, something that's a little different, not generic. I just want something that's maybe a little rare, has a story. I like things with a story. With some sports cards, I like things that have a story. I collect players that I grew up watching that I could say, oh, I remember when Joe Carter hit that game-winning home run. Oh, I remember Mark McGwire when he was doing basically the home run chaser. So those are things I kind of like, something with a story behind them. So then also if there's a cool story, so oh, this card was a 1-on-1 and it fell out of an airplane, landed on this kid's house, and he kept it in his blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I just made up a story. But anyway, so I started looking at Pokemon cards. I really don't have a favorite Pokemon. I guess, what's his name? He's a legendary beast. I like the legendary beasts. So that's something that you could give me a hint on if there's some cool legendary beast. And I think it's Entei or Entei. Again, I'll throw pictures up behind me. Would be, I guess, the favorite one that when I was watching the shows with Tate that I kind of gravitated to. I thought they were pretty cool. So then I came across, I think it was Pikachu, the Mario, I think it was actually all the cards, the Pikachu crossover with Mario. Those were really cool until I saw the price tags, and they're quite expensive. So maybe those were out unless I can find a good deal on one. Then I also saw the Pokemon Scream cards, again behind me. They're a playoff, and I'll put right down here what the famous picture is, but they're play off this famous painting where the guy's face is all smiley and the background's all like that. So the Scream cards play off that. I thought those were pretty cool too. But the card that I've kind of settled on that I want your help with, tell me if it's a good buy, good deal, excuse me, is the Ancient Mew card. So the Ancient Mew card was released, I guess, with 99, 2000, when the Power of One, I guess the Japanese version of that, came out first in the movie. So if you went to the movie in the first week, I think it came out July 17th, 99. So if you went to the movie that first week, you were given a pamphlet. I think in the States you weren't given the pamphlet, you were just given the card. And you were given a pamphlet with a card in it. And actually, I saw one on eBay I was looking at today. It's a pamphlet or the booklet. You open up with the cards in a little case inside. So you're given this Ancient Mew card, and it was distributed. Then after the second week of the movie, and the third week, and I think maybe the fourth week, you're given other different cards. So the Ancient Mew is just the first week. One thing that's interesting about this card, first, I like it because it's old. Second, I like it because it's somewhat rare. And the third thing I kind of like about it is that it's an error card. So the first Chinese one that came, or sorry, Japanese one that came out, I'll throw it up here on the screen. There was a little, like the writing along the bottom of the card that says like 95, 96, I think 98, something like that. Then it says Nintendo, and then it says Game Freak. Nintendo was spelled wrong. It was Nintendo. There was no N in there. So obviously they caught their mistake. They corrected the card. So then the second one came up as the proper Nintendo wording, and that was released again in Japan. And then when it came to the States, there was a third release of the card, and they had a different hologram. So like the card's like a hologram card. The Japanese one is more like speckled, and you'll see here the American one over here is more of your traditional hologram when you move it. So the quick way to distinguish between the Japanese and the American one is after Game Freak on the bottom, the American one will say something Wizards. So I think it's a year than the Wizards. If it says Wizards, that's the American one, so I'm not looking for that one. I'm looking for the one that just says Game Freak, and that's the Japanese one. So now I'm tossed between, do I get the one that says Nintendo without the N, so the original one, the error card, or do I get the one where they corrected it? So the funny thing is actually is the error card, there's more of those. I guess they did a bigger print run, distributed them, caught their mistake, did a small print run of the corrected ones. So when you look on eBay, sorry, not eBay, when you look on PSA, I'll throw the numbers up here, but the corrected one actually has a lower pop than the original error card. But the thing is, I noticed on eBay, the PSA 10 form of those cards, the error cards or the original one sells at a higher price, even though the other one's more rare. That may change over time. So that is kind of the quick story on the Ancient Mew, a card I'm leaning towards. So what I'm looking at right now is buying it in a rare, buying it in a raw format. So buying it off eBay. It seems like I put an offer out on one. I think they were asking $80 plus $10 shipped to Canada. It's coming from Japan, and I think I offered like $55 to see if that goes through. But it seems like if I want one, I'm going to have to spend roughly $70 to $85 plus shipping, another $10 to Canada. Is that a good price? I know when I watched videos researching this, like a few years ago, before obviously this big boost, they were selling quite cheap on eBay. Now a lot of the cheaper ones too are the American ones that you'll see tons of them on eBay. They come in a little pack where you can't see the actual card, you just see the back, and you see on the flip side of it a card that kind of like explains it. Then you have to open it up and you get the Ancient Mew inside. Those ones I think are all pretty much the American version, because like I said, the Japanese ones were given in a book, like an actual book that somebody would open up. Then there was like a penny sleeve or a top loader inside with the card inside of it. And the ones in the States were given out in these just like plastic little sleeves packages, and those are the ones you see all over eBay. So people may get confused to say Ancient Mews and Ancient Mewed, but there is, I think, maybe four actually. There's the Japanese original error, the Japanese corrected, then I think there was a Japanese with the new hologram, and then the American one with the new hologram. So I think there's four out there. The ones you see plentiful, the fourth one, the American one, on eBay. I'm looking at the error card or the corrected error in the Japanese format. So I'm going to throw this out to you. Hopefully some of my viewers are Pokemon viewers, or this video picks up some other viewers, and you can give me advice. I'm looking for a card that's a little different, something that maybe is a little bit rare, but definitely something that's in, I guess, the budget of around $100, because I'm going to send it off to be graded. If I can get something around $100, $150, probably max. This is my first Pokemon card. I just don't want to go crazy. I want to get something cool that has a story, and maybe I'll continue to collect Pokemon cards. So in a comment down below, give me some advice. What do you think would be a good Pokemon card for me? Maybe there's even sports Pokemon cards out there. I saw one, a special delivery one that was out where Pikachu had like mail delivery hat on. Like I said, there's the Mario ones. There's different ones. Maybe there are some football, baseball ones out there. I don't know. I didn't look into that. Or maybe there's a police Pokemon type of thing, and police officers. That'd be good. But leave a comment down below what you think I should buy. Your suggestion as a good first starter card for somebody getting into Pokemon. So hope this video maybe educate you a little bit on the Ancient Mew card, and maybe you'll be able to give me some advice on what to buy. We'll see you on the next one.